Welcome to Lesson 1, Setting up the Circuit Playground Express on a Mac. In this video, we're going to go through an unboxing of the base kit, review what's required in order to set up the software and hardware, and then run a quick test code just to make sure that our Circuit Playground Express is communicating with our Mac. So let's get to it. So here is our Circuit Playground Express base kit. And what's included in the base kit? Well, we have a nice little container. We have a battery holder so we can power our Circuit Playground Express without the use of a computer. They were nice enough to give us 3 AAAs to power it as well. We have the actual Circuit Playground Express, which, as you can see by holding it close to the AAA batteries, is not very large. We also have a micro USB to USB data cable, not just power, but it has to support data. This is just in case you decide to use your own cable that you might have around the house, which might be enough to power your devices, but not enough to communicate data. Again, this has to be a data USB, micro USB to USB cable, which they're not expensive anyway. But just realize not any cable will be able to be used to communicate our Circuit Playground Express to our computer. So this is the base kit. Now, before we can actually start exploring this, we have to set up software. Now, if you go to a search engine and search for Arduino IDE, Integrated Development Environment, you're going to come up with this website, arduino.cc. What is an IDE? Most applications are developed in an IDE, an integrated development environment, whether it's mobile apps, web development, video game development, physical computing, like we're going to be doing. These environments help to, provide the things we need in order to create our applications. Again, with experience, you'll see more of this. So you can see here there's options for Windows, Linux, and Mac. In this particular video, we're going to focus on the Mac. So when you click on this, you're going to download something, and I already have it, so I'm not going to download it again. You're going to get the zip file. Once you open up that zip file, you're going to have an application called Arduino. Now, it's a good idea to not leave it in your downloads folder, so what I did was I grabbed it and moved it over to my applications folder. So it's going to sit here from here on out. And that's it. You've installed the Arduino IDE software. Now, the thing with Arduino is that there's a lot of different types of boards out there. So we have to make sure that the Arduino IDE, the Integrated Development Environment, knows that we're going to be creating an application for the Circuit Playground Express. And that's what we're going to do in the next step. So let's go ahead and minimize this. Let's open up our IDE. So from here, the next steps I'm going to show you via a slideshow. Reason being is that I already ran the setup software, so you're not going to get a full sense of the steps you need to do. But I captured it via a presentation. So let's go here. So the first time you click on Arduino, it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to open it? Say yes, open, it's fine. It's a legitimate website, legitimate piece of software. Once you get there, again, you're going to see that same screen you just saw. And what we want to do is we want to click on Tools and select the board. So you can see here by default, it's selecting the Arduino Uno, which is not what we're working with. We're working with the Arduino Circuit Playground Express. So you're going to click here, and it's going to open up to another menu where you can select, one of many types of Arduino boards. And if you go all the way to the bottom, you might be tempted to select this one, the Ada Circuit Playground. Now, this is not the same thing as the Circuit Playground Express. This is an older version of the board, so this will not work with the Circuit Playground Express. What you're going to do instead is that you're going to click on Board Manager. Once you go to Board Manager, you're going to get this screen, which is going to allow you to type in the type of board that you have. So we have a Circuit Playground Express, And once you hit enter, you're going to get this package, which if you look at the very end, says Ada Circuit Playground Express. So this is what we're going to need to have in order to communicate from our Mac, from our Arduino IDE to our Circuit Playground Express. So go ahead and click on install. And this might actually take a couple of minutes, which is why I'm sparing you this process. So again, if it looks like it's stalling, just be patient. It took me about 3 to 5 minutes to actually install the library, install the package. Once you're done, you'll be able to see this screen. Now at this point, I'm going to switch back over to the live version instead of the presentation. And we can close that. So if we go to Tools and we go to Board, we'll see that there's two menus here. This one, the AVR, now holds all the previous boards that we saw. But now we got this new menu, which has the Ada Circuit Playground Express. Again, make sure that's the one that needs to be selected. And when you open up your Arduino IDE, make sure that that's the board that's selected. That's another common mistake when students say, oh, I can't communicate with my Circuit Playground Express. Well, is the board selected? All right, the next part of this is the port. And you're also going to want to see the Ada Circuit Playground Express here. Now what's happening is that I haven't physically connected my board. So let's go ahead and do that. So let me get rid of all this stuff. Don't need it. And I'm going to take my micro USB connection and connect it to the silver port. Again, don't connect it to the black port that's up top. The black port is for your battery holder or some kind of external power. Again, it really doesn't even fit, but I have seen students trying to jam it in there. So again, it fits nicely on this side. So we got this connected, and then this side, again, is a USB connection, so make sure that your Mac has a USB connection, or if you need to buy an adapter, do so. I actually have a USB hub connected to my Thunderbolt to USB adapter. So just so you know that you can run through a hub as well. So I'm going to connect this up. And what you'll see here, depending on what was installed on your Circuit Playground Express, it's going to run the program that's on the device. And right now it looks like it's just a small program to light the first NeoPixel to red. If you're doing the unboxing from the original purchase, you might actually see a lot more colors. So hopefully that'll be encouraging, like, wow, this is pretty cool. A lot of cool colors that are on this Circuit Playground Express. But let's go over to our code, our Arduino, and let's just verify. So you can see here on the port, it already selected the Circuit Playground Express on my USB modem. That's because I've already ran this program on this device. Again, similar to the boards, when you first open this up, just make sure that both of these are selected. That it says Circuit Playground Express for the board, and that is connected to the Circuit Playground Express. All right, so let's go to our sample test code. So in order to get this to work and for it to be easy for you, we're going to bring in a library. Now think of a library like you do at your school. You know, it's full of resources that you can bring in and utilize for whatever purpose you want. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to use pound symbol, hashtag, number sign. Again, depending on your generation, it's the thing that's over the 3 on your keyboard. So we're going to do pound sign. I'm use pound sign. Pound sign include, then the less than sign, which is a bracket. In this case, it's not anything attached to math. And then we're going to list the name of the library resource we want to bring in. So it's the Ada Circuit Playground .h. That's the name of the library we want to bring in. Now, if you're new to programming, you'll see that that the A, the C, and the P are capitalized. That's important. If you don't capitalize the proper letters in a command, the program won't understand it. Again, you'll be seeing this in all future programs that we're going to explore using Circuit Playground Express. So it'll be beneficial to kind of for you to practice this line a couple of times. All right, the next thing we see here is we have two sections. We have void setup and void loop. As the comment suggests, the code that we put in here is only going to run once in our application. And one of the commands that we're going to need to have in here in all future programs is circuit playground dot begin semicolon. So this is going to tell the computer, the program, the application to start up our circuit playground. So it kind of makes sense. In our setup, we're telling the program, hey, why don't you go ahead and start up the Circuit Playground Express. Again, just to review, capital C and capital P. All right, so we have our Circuit Playground Express started. Again, you'll learn more about this in future lessons. Let's do a quick program just to test our connection to the Circuit Playground. So again, we're going to start off with Circuit Playground dot set pixel color. Now again, this is not a lesson on how to use set pixel color. This is simply being used to test our connection to our Circuit Playground Express. So set pixel color gives us the option to turn on our neopixels. The first thing it wants is a position. So this first neopixel that's here by the USB cable, that's position 0. The thing that follows is a 3-number combination that represents the amount of red, green, and blue. Now, just to kind of show you something different from what you're seeing on the video, we're going to put 0 amount of red, 0 amount of green, and full amount of blue. Again, you'll explore the idea of colors more in the next lesson. But let's just run this and see how it turns out. So how do we actually run our programs? So you got two options here. Verify will check to make sure that there's no errors in your code. That's a good thing. You'll see done compiling and there's no red in the bottom. But then you also have to upload. So we're going to upload. A lot of students, when they first start programming, they'll click on the verify and say, my program's not running. I don't see anything on my Circuit Playground. Remember, verify just simply checks for errors. Upload will actually transfer it. And as you can see here, the Circuit Playground Express, that first neopixel now is no longer red, it's blue. It's blue because that's what we told it to do. And that's what programming is all about. So let's go back to our presentation and let's review what we've done. So in this video, we went through an unboxing of the Circuit Playground Express. We saw how to set up the Arduino IDE software, how to make it communicate specifically with the Circuit Playground Express using the board manager, and then how to select the port that the Circuit Playground Express is connected to in our Arduino IDE. We ran a small test code which had us explore the idea of a library and how we can bring in code to our program to help us out. We saw that our test code has essentially two sections, a setup section, which is where we want to start our Circuit Playground Express, and then a loop section, which is pretty much where your application is going to live. So hopefully you're excited and look forward to seeing what you create. Enjoy.